Good morning, everyone. We are with our Caracal kittens this morning at the HCA Healthcare Veterinary Center. We're gonna wait just a second before we start.
1270 for Zane.
Right now, Robin is just weighing our Caracal kittens in this lovely bucket.
He's probably peeing. Oh, he probably is.
Oh, well,
Yes, he is.
now there's pee in the bucket. That's exciting.
Let me just go dump this and I'll be back, Kelsey.
All right, sounds good. How is everyone this morning? So these are our two Caracal kittens. They are, Robin, you said they'll be 5 weeks old tomorrow.
Yeah, tomorrow. I think it's tomorrow, this week.
So we are real excited to share these guys with you. Hi, Jake. Wish you were here. Let's see. We're gonna get started in just a second while we finish up the weighing process here. These guys are so rambunctious.
It's Zane. It's your turn, sir.
Zane?
That's Zane. It's his
Oh,
turn.
sorry, Zane.
Just throw a Zane in the bucket.
So, Johnny, what are the two names?
This is Zane, and then we have Samir over here, and he was the first one to get weighed.
Okay.
And so we were actually looking at their weights from yesterday, and they're about 2.5 pounds now.
They're so big. That's insane. And you were telling me how small they are when they're born?
Yeah, so they're generally around like 9 ounces, and that's about the size if you guys have pet hamsters. I don't know if you've ever had a hamster. That's how small they were when they were born. And they're going to be about 5 weeks tomorrow, and they're already 2.5 pounds. So they went from hamster size, which is probably like the size of their head, to big little boys right now.
Yeah, and this is a standard size bubbly box. So if we want to use that for scale here,
That's perfect.
about the same size.
Yeah, so that's Zane right there. Oh, he's stopping.
And you said we can tell them apart based on their ear shapes?
Yeah, so Zane has this little flippy floppy ear right here. And then Samir over here, his ears are a little bit more normal. So these guys are Caracal babies, and they're also sometimes called a desert lynx because they have those little ear tufts or tassels that make them look like a lynx, but they're not actually related to a lynx cat.
So where are these guys from, Johnny?
You can find them through Africa, through the Middle East, and in parts of Asia, like India. And so these guys, they believe that they're related to cats like servals and golden cats. And they're very similar. So these boys will be about the size of a serval, but a little bit shorter. So servals have really long necks. They'll be more like shaped like a normal cat.
Okay.
And they're medium sized. So these boys could potentially be up to like 40 pounds. But yeah, so they also hunt a lot of things similar to a serval. If anyone's familiar with those guys, they can jump up to 10 feet to snatch birds out of the sky, and they sometimes can do that. They're testing everything. This is what we want. So part of like our training is just teaching them to not play like that with us. So they can play like that with other things. They can bite stuff or play like that with each other. So we always have to watch them if they come and they try to do that with us, which is understandable. They're just babies and they're learning how to play and be good cats. We'll just give them something else to redirect them. Oh, the scale. I forgot the scale's still over here. Maybe he'll weigh himself on his own.
New trick.
Yes, a new trick. Yeah, so that's one of the training that a lot of our animals do. So obviously this would be a little bit too small. But as they get older, we'll get bigger scales and we can train them to weigh themselves. They'll just walk over and get on the scale, get a special treat for it, and then go on about their business and do whatever they want to do. It's so cute to watch them climb. So they're agile cats. They're not really climbers, but they can climb. So in the wild, they've been known to sometimes take their prey up into a tree to store it for later.
Wow.
Yeah. So, but other than that, they don't really climb a whole lot. Oh, just adorable. So that's Zane there with you.
Zane's been my little buddy since I sat down here.
Yeah. So sweet. And this is nice because these guys are our newest animal ambassadors. So when they get older and we start doing programs, they're actually going to be doing programs with us. So they might be making appearances in some of the shows here on Grounds. They'll be going into schools and things like that with us to do special programming as well, which is really awesome.
Yeah, so Micah, to answer your question, they are going to be staying at the Nashville Zoo. They're going to be part of the animals that Johnny works with, which are ambassador animals.
Yeah. And so, Robin, how many times a day do they eat? Obviously, they're going to eat a lot. 5 times a day.
5 times a day right now.
And what are you feeding them?
They are drinking a formula Espelette with baby food turkey.
Yum. Would you eat that, Kelsey?
I'm going to go with probably not.
I wouldn't either.
I'm not fan of I don't really like the way it smells.
Yeah, not at all. And I think yesterday you were saying that soon they're going to cut down to 4 times a day.
Yeah, sometime this week we're going to drop one of the feedings. Probably the late night feeding because neither one of them like to stay up late.
They're early. They like to go to bed early.
They do.
They're so cute. So these guys, they're born like a domestic cat. They're born super tiny, like we said, about the size of a hamster. And they're born with their eyes shut. And they don't open until about 10 days. And again, I think we said they're 33 days old. So they've only gone 20 plus days with open eyes. I'll make sure it grabs Bailey.
Speaking of eyes, they have gorgeous eyes.
Beautiful.
Yes,
The most beautiful eyes.
I don't know, the camera doesn't even pick up like how
Do the
stunning
dresses.
this blue is. It's amazing.
Yeah, so they have very drastic features, which makes them very beautiful because they don't have spots like a lot of other cats, which even like if you look at a lynx, they have spots that might be a little bit lighter. But there are only a few cats in the world that just have a plain coat, and that would also include an animal like a mountain lion or a African lion. But then they have these black ears, jet black ears, and the dark features in the face, and then those blue eyes just make everything pop. He's like, I'm gonna eat too.
My turn. Not quite yet.
So the word caracal actually is a Turkish word, and it means black ears, which is where they get their name.
I didn't realize
Try
that.
to stay away from it. It's not your turn
I
yet.
just realized it's time to eat.
Yeah,
Oh,
they get so excited for it. Oh, we gotta stay over here.
Suzanne, I'm not sure you would want your demon kitten, quote unquote, to be like these guys. They are a little rambunctious.
They are, and they're still wild animals. They're definitely not domesticated at all. They have very sharp claws and very sharp teeth, and they grow very, very fast. And again, they're going to be up to 40 pounds or maybe even a little bit more. So yeah, I wouldn't want to put these guys in my house or with a domestic animal.
Let's see. Oh, hello, Eddie. Glad you're able to tune in. Let's see. Angela's asking, are they similar to the lynx we have here in North America? And I think you mentioned this a little earlier.
Yeah, so they look like a lynx because of these little ear tufts, but they're not related to them. I think that's really like the only similarity that they have, and that they're cats. But they're more closely related to animals like African servals, and another cat called a golden cat. And I think they're still doing research because everything I could find online was that they are pretty sure that they're related to those cats.
Mm-hmm.
They're still obviously doing lots of research when it comes to animals related to other animals.
Sure. So Kara asks, where did these guys come from? And they were born
Oops. So I'm trying to keep him distracted because he is going to want to try to steal the bottle from
Sure.
Suzanne, right?
So they were born here, Kara. Sorry, it's
They were. And do you know where their parents came from, Robin?
another facility.
Another facility, but yeah. So they were born here with a few other cats as well.
Yeah. If you guys go to our blog, you can read more about their birth and all of that.
You gotta stay away from Robin. You gotta stay away.
This is a very chaotic
It
moment.
is.
Right? Do you have a full tummy? Oh, no, we don't.
Hello.
Let's see. Oh my gosh. I'm trying to scroll back up to see the questions. Naomi asks, where is their mother? Their mom is living happily behind the scenes here at the zoo. She did not do a very good job of raising her kittens, so these guys were pulled to be hand raised, which worked out great since they're going to be ambassador animals.
Yeah, so Robin actually, she takes care of them basically full time when they're not here at the zoo, to make sure that they're around people and getting taken care of as best as they can, and that they will always be used to us and her, so that way when we go take them to schools or other programs, that we are part of their family and they know that if they're with us that they're safe.
Yeah, so that Daphne, that answers your question. No, they're not staying with the parents. They're hanging out with us. All right, Suzanne, I'm glad you have realized that maybe these aren't a good option. All right. Jessie wants to know, or I'm sorry, Justine asks, how do you pronounce Caracal? And you pronounce it like Caracal.
Yeah,
Caracal.
Caracal.
All right. Kathy, I'm glad you're enjoying the videos.
Hello. Yeah, so they do have very sharp teeth, and they have baby teeth just like other animals. They're a little over, they're not even 2 months old. When they're about 5 months is when they'll actually get their adult teeth. And they'll be a lot bigger here in a few months too. I just need you to wait your turn, sir. They obviously are still learning how to be patient. Hello.
I mean, me too, honestly.
Yeah. And so Robin is feeding them like that formula that she's talking about and some of that baby food. How much longer before they start eating like meat?
We're gonna try to introduce them to some ground turkey, either today or tomorrow or sometime this week.
That's exciting.
Yeah.
So these guys are living, I'm just gonna repeat this since we have a lot of folks tuning in. They're living up here at the HCA Healthcare Veterinary Center, and this area of the zoo is still closed due to some social distancing concerns.
What's going on?
So you guys can't see them right now, but normally you would be able to see them through this viewing window right here. And since we know these guys are so cute and you guys want to see them, we have a live camera on our website for the next couple of days where you guys can watch them all you would like. And that link is in the description for this video.
Whoa. Did you just we just burped. I don't know if
Oh,
you
cute.
hear it. We just burped.
That's so cute.
Teresa asks, do they vocalize much?
Yes.
Yesterday I heard one little meow out of them, and it just was the cutest thing ever. What other, do you know have you heard any other vocalizations, Robin, from them right now?
Yeah, somebody doesn't like to go potty and hisses and roar. It does his little, I don't know, it's not his little meow that you heard. It's much louder and much angrier. So they do throw little tantrums.
Yeah, I got a little hiss the other day when I came in and they weren't expecting me. So they were still in that smaller playpen.
Yeah.
Look, let's see. Michelle asks, what are their names? And so this is Zane.
Yep, this is Zane, and you can tell because his little ear over here is flopped backwards at the tip. And then that over there is Samir.
Samir.
Yeah, so their names, Zane means handsome, and Samir means charming companion. I mean, but like, look how charming are these animals. They're just the cutest little things ever. They're playing with their little penguin. It's not time for you to eat yet.
It's gotta be.
Robin has to feed Samir first. Go get Kelpie.
This is not fair for you.
Samir is taking a lot longer to
hungry.
eat. A lot more time than he normally does.
Yeah,
I think he's intentionally torturing you, or torturing Zane rather. Daphne, we don't know when they'll be able to be seen at the zoo at this point. We don't really have a timeline for when we're planning to open these other areas, but Robin, you were telling me the other day that these guys are going to move into their more permanent home soon, right?
Right. In a couple of weeks, they should be able to get all their vaccinations, and then they'll be safe to take out to places. But we don't want to take them out until that point.
Yeah, these vaccines are super important for these guys.
I think you're done. There's not much left, sir. There's not much left, so do you think you can
Are you done?
Oh, that's a really good
Okay,
question,
good.
Kaylee. Kaylee wants to know, in the wild, do they sleep in caves or trees? Where would they kind of set up a home base?
Where would they sit in the wild?
In the wild, yeah. Are they more like tree dwellers, cave dwellers, ground dwellers?
More like ground dwellers.
Okay.
They probably found like a bush or a tree or something to kind of slink next to.
Yeah.
Because there's some areas, because they have such a wide range, like I said, they're from, found throughout Africa, through the Middle East, and into Asia. There are a lot of different habitats you can find them in. In some areas, they are the top predator, so they probably would be safe sleeping anywhere. But in some areas like Africa, they actually have to worry about animals like lions and hyenas that as a competition for other animals as well as a predator. So in that case, like I said, they rarely go into trees, but maybe if there are a lot of lions in the area or maybe hyenas, maybe they might go up into a tree and hang out. But they probably just find like a nice little nook. They also, I would assume, would go into an area like an aardvark burrow. So when these guys are about to be mothers, which obviously they will not because they're boys, but the females, when they're about to give birth, they will make a den down in an abandoned aardvark tunnel, and they'll go down there and have their babies because it's nice and safe and not many other animals might come after them. And then these guys, again, if their mother took care of them, they would be with them for about a year old before they'd be big enough and self-sufficient enough to go off on their own.
I do believe he's trying to kill the bottle.
Yeah.
Well, you know, that happens.
You can't drink it when it's alive.
He's like, let me get it.
Oh, we got it. Oh, no, we didn't.
It's a struggle over there.
Yeah.
Kathy asks, is their fur as soft as it looks?
It's so soft. Sometimes
if
like
you guys
some
can
animals
see.
like this, they look really soft, but they're not. But they are very, very soft animals. I was surprised when I met them. Cause like I said, sometimes animals like this are a little bit wiry almost, or a little bit more coarse, but they're very, very soft.
I was surprised too because like their fur looks like it would be a little wiry, but it's really not.
They're so cute. So yeah, and these guys also, Robin, are they staying together?
That's the plan. We'd like to
Okay.
keep them together. It is possible that they would be separated at some point because they are part of the SSP, their Survival Species Plan. So if they feel that they need their genetics out there, we might look into that. But they should be able to stay together.
Okay, so usually in the wild, these guys are solitary and they'll defend their territory. But an animal like a cheetah, for the most part, they're solitary, but sometimes brothers will form a coalition and stay together. So we'll just have to watch their behavior. Hopefully they can stay together and have a little friend. But if they do need to be separated, then that's not abnormal because in the wild they would always be a loner unless they are mating or if it's a female with their babies.
Yeah, Audrey, so they're not eating meat yet, but they're planning to start eating meat soon. We talked about that a little earlier.
Yeah, so when they're older, they'll get a lot of raw meat. I'm sure we'll offer them small rodents. Every once in a while is like a change in our diet as well because we don't want to just feed them one single thing all the time.
You can't.
And in the wild, they'd be eating lots of things like mongoose and rodents, maybe the occasional monkey in some of the areas where they live. And then again, they're really good jumpers. They can jump about 10 feet into the air and swipe a bird out of the sky like some other cats do.
Yeah, so Veronica, thanks for tuning in. These are Caracals. They are both males, and they're about 5 weeks old.
This is so cute. They would not encounter penguins. Well, actually, they're from South Africa, but they're more inland. But if they traveled down to the coast of South Africa, I guess they could encounter penguins. African penguins. That would be a lot of fun. Sad for the penguins, though. Robin, do you know how long it takes for them to reach their maximum, like, to be full grown?
Well, the Caracals have been known to be on their own at 4 months old. they still might have some growing to do at then, but they should have all their hunting skills and everything down. I would say by the time they're like 6 months old or so.
Okay. And maybe fill out a little bit.
Maybe fill out, yeah.
We'll be excited to see how fast they grow.
They're learning new skills every day. So I don't know what today's new skill is.
We'll spend some time and figure it out. They just are so hungry.
Yeah,
So
Zane keeps trying to kill the bottle. He started doing this yesterday. So his feedings take a little bit longer. That's why he doesn't get to go first.
Okay.
I see.
But then Samir was like super slow today.
He was. And he ate more than he's been eating. He's had a lot to do and he's busy, so he doesn't always want to eat all his food at once.
He looks like he was about to stalk the camera.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's about to.
What about this penguin just stalk the penguin? They also, we were saying that they probably can't see all that well because they're still so new, like they're born with their eyes shut. So they're still developing all of their sight like babies. So yesterday we were trying to get their attention and it was like the penguin was right in front of their face and they just were like staring off into the distance. Like, oh, okay. So they're still definitely developing that eyesight.
They definitely respond to sound a lot. When you're looking for them, you can purr for them and they'll come. Or you can yell, you can call their names out, and I don't think they know their names, but they know you're talking to them.
Mm-hmm.
And they're still clumsy. Sometimes they'll still like be fresh babies, like where they shake a little bit. They're definitely very clumsy, which is right now makes them a lot cuter to watch play. They just stumble over everything.
He's not sure if he wants to eat or sleep.
Yeah, it's a very confusing time for this one.
Cute.
Oh, we're getting a little grooming action.
Yes. So something that's really cool with these guys is they will sharpen their claws just like any other cat, but they have scent glands between their toes. So when they're in the wild and they're, or even here, when they're sharpening their claws on a tree or anything like that, they're also scent marking their territory. And then they have scent glands around their face as well, like other cats do. So they like to rub their face all over everything. Oh, he looks like he's just gonna fall asleep.
I know, he's getting heavy. He's like,
His eyes are closed.
losing his grip on my hand. They're starting to slide.
Oh, what sweet little angels.
So, Johnny, these guys probably would not make a very good pet, right?
They would not. So even though like they're here at the zoo, they are wild animals. They have very, very sharp claws, very sharp teeth. And
yes, I'm currently experiencing that.
Yeah. Don't do that here. So we try to like redirect. It's like some of the acceptable behaviors that we have to be very, very specific and careful in watching them, because while they're biting us or scratching us now, like it doesn't hurt that bad. When they're almost 50-pound cats, that can be very dangerous. So we always redirect them.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I would not want this in my house because they're gonna continue to claw at anything because they're not a domestic cat. If they get upset, you don't know what they're gonna do. They might bite with those really sharp claws. Sometimes with these animals, if they do get kind of put in the pet trade, it's because they're adorable little kittens, but you don't know where they're coming from. A lot of times cats like this are taken illegally from the wild as kittens, and then come over, and a lot of times, unfortunately, will end up in homes where they don't expect the cat when they get to 50 pounds and their behavior. But yeah, like I love them. We're gonna be taking care of them, but like they will not be going home with us when they're older. Right now, because they're doing so many feedings, they do have to go home with Robin for the most part every day. But like as they get bigger, that will stop. So definitely not good pets.
Robin, Mary wanted to know why you hold the cat that way when you're feeding her.
You kind of have to help him get a grip on the bottle. So like when I hold my hands like that, it helps him to kind of grip on the bottle. But he prefers to hold my hand. So, and I think that's probably a Caracal thing because they like to hold my hand. So I don't know, I've learned how to do different things with my hand at the same time.
And these aren't the first kittens that you're hand raising, right?
They're not.
Did you hand raise the other Caracal that used to be in this
I
apartment?
did.
Okay.
And we had other Caracals born many, many years ago that we've sent to other places, and I got to participate in that as well.
Yeah, and then we have our clouded leopards in our department that were also hand raised by this team, and lots of hand rearing tiny little baby animals like these guys. Do you have any other questions?
Yeah, Amy asked, will they purr? And they haven't done that while we've been in here.
They do purr.
Okay.
Right now they're kind of quiet, but they started purring about a week ago. We heard a purr, so it's real quiet, but it will become louder later.
Mm-hmm.
And that's one of the ways that I call them is I purr to them and they'll come.
Do they chuff like other cats do?
No, they don't. They have a cute little sound. It sounds like a bird.
I think I was hearing that earlier.
Like a cheetah chirp.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I would mimic it, but I'd probably completely not get it right.
Yeah, I'm not gonna get it right either.
Yeah,
It's pretty unique.
it literally sounds like a chirp of a bird.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah. So, and I know a lot of times like people will ask about like roaring. Big cats will roar, but lesser cats, like small cats, medium-sized cats. A cheetah is a lesser cat. It's not actually a big cat. They do not roar. So even mountain lions. I know we see a lot of movies where the mountain lions like roaring. They cannot roar. So these guys will communicate in lots of other ways. But that is not one of the things that they can do. You gotta burp them just like your baby.
Oh my gosh, look at that tummy.
It's full.
And those spots, they're so cute.
Little polka dot belly.
Mm-hmm. So it seems like their fur is like a really good color to camouflage in their environment, right? We talked, I was talking to someone on Facebook yesterday in our DMs about the cassowary stripes being really good for camouflage.
Mm-hmm.
Is there a reason these guys don't have a pattern?
I'm not exactly sure why they don't have a pattern. It might just be kind of some of the environment that they live in. So for instance, they live in a lot of savanna areas with a lot of tall grass. So that's one reason. People aren't really sure why they have those little tassels or ear tufts, and they think that it might help blend in the tall grasses. But I don't, like a lot of animals usually will have stripes or polka dots to help blend in when the light comes through trees, and it'll mimic like shadows. But I'm honestly not really sure why they do not have spotted patterns. Or why their ears are just solid black.
They're cute regardless.
Yeah, and no matter what, like any animal you look at, even though they don't have a pattern, they do have a lot of different colors on them that still help them blend in. So as long as they have different colors, it helps break up the pattern of their body, and it helps them hide. Even like brightly colored animals, if you think of like parrots that are super bright and beautiful, they're never just one solid color because that still helps them break up the pattern of their body. So cute. Oh, this is Zane back again.
Yes, Samir wanted to finish.
I didn't even realize we'd swapped.
Yeah, we swapped. Somebody wanted to finish.
So
cute little
fast.
ear.
Oh my God.
But yeah, so the ear tufts, like I said, a lot of people think that it helps them blend in the grasslands. But that's the most widely accepted theory, but no one's really for sure why. So some people think that maybe it's to keep flies out of their face. Some think that maybe it's like to communicate with other caracals. But then, like I said, the most widely accepted theory is that it helps them blend in the wild with all the tall grasses. They're also really fast cats. I was surprised they can run up to like 50 miles an hour. And they're some of the fastest small cats in the world. And they're also the largest small cat in Africa.
Johnny, could you repeat for Connie how big they get? I think she's just tuning in.
Yeah, so they will average, depending if it's a female or a male, anywhere from probably like 15 pounds to 45 pounds. So these are males. So they will average on the low end like maybe 20 pounds, but can get up to 45 pounds.
So they're gonna
be big, like the size of
quadruple
a
in
large
size.
dog.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they're only 2.5 pounds right now,
Oh,
and eventually potentially will be 45 pounds.
That was not good math that I just did there.
They're gonna be big boys. big boys. Which is why, again, it's important for us to teach them now acceptable behaviors to do with each other versus things that they can do with us. So they can play fight with each other, but they can't play fight with us. Kelsey, they love you.
I have been blessed.
Yes. Like, who's this? Let's just take a nap over
This
here.
happens with cloud leopard cubs too.
Really?
I don't know why, but they're always drawn to my lap.
Oh. I feel like that's how they were yesterday. There were like 5 of us in here, and they just kept playing on me or next to me. They like, had to be around me, which I was like,
Yeah.
yes, please, thank you. I love you so much. Hi.
Good question, Mary. Mary wants to know, do their eyes change colors as they get older? Great question.
You want to finish yours?
What color were?
Yeah, they'll change.
Okay.
They'll get darker.
What was the one that was in our department again? I can forget.
Khalil.
What color were Khalil's eyes?
They were darker. They looked more brown.
Okay.
Because theirs are turning even more grayish.
Mhm.
They were really blue when I first met them, and now they're more gray. So they'll get darker.
Eventually to a brown
Like a brownish
color.
color. Yeah.
Good question.
Yeah.
I wasn't even sure.
Very,
Wait,
very pretty.
I've
cats.
never worked with caracals
You
before.
finished yours.
Were there any other questions?
You gonna help?
Let's see. I'm not seeing any other questions at this point, but if you guys have some, go ahead and ask.
We're doing this right.
We've got a little bit of a contest happening over here with Robin.
Samir ate all of his. Zane did not.
Is that pretty typical that one won't finish?
They take turns. It's been Samir the last few days that haven't been finishing, and Zane that has, but Zane didn't finish today, so I guess it's his turn to not finish. But Samir would probably finish Zane's today too. He wants more. But he ate it all. You ate it all, sir.
Awesome.
Are you gonna play in the box?
That would be really cute.
Oh, now they both want to eat at the same time. We're not doing that though. Look,
That won't work,
play
bud.
with your penguin friends. No, thank you. So I know I was talking about a lot of the food that they eat are kind of smaller, like rodents and birds. But they've also sometimes been known to take down bigger animals like impala and kudu, small kudu, which is going to be bigger than them. I think I read that they've witnessed some of them take down like an 80 to 90 pound animal as well.
But that would be together as a group effort, or is that on their own?
One, yeah.
Wow.
I mean, like if you think of a bobcat is pretty small, they can take down full grown deer, which I know.
I didn't realize that at all.
Yeah, cats are very impressive. That's another like whole not keeping them as a pet, as they are very far from a domesticated animal, because they are built to take down animals that are a lot bigger than them at times. So they are not the safest to keep around your house or around like general public type people that don't have experience with pets like this.
No, that's a really good question, Johnny. I'm probably gonna put you on spot here. Noah wants to know, what's the collective noun for a group of caracals? Is there like a special one?
I don't know. I'm
That's a
gonna
good
Google it.
question.
We got some live Googling happening over here today.
Group of caracals.
You only have one drink that you could possibly even get.
Jessica, thanks for tuning in. They do have names. Zane is our friend here with the floppy ear. And then Samir is currently on the bottle. And Johnny, remind me what their names mean again.
Zane means handsome, and Samir means, what was it? Something companion. Charming companion. Yes.
Both fitting names. Mandy, the ear tips are believed to be like to help them blend in with grass in there.
Are you sleeping?
Yeah, we're getting a little cuddle sleep happening here.
There's nothing left.
I don't think they have a name for it. I can't find anything again because they are mostly
Solitary.
Because like cheetahs are solitary, but the males sometimes will the brothers will stay together. It's called a coalition. But I don't think it's very normal for them to do that in the wild.
Yeah, so they're not really group animals.
It's
Yeah.
like a mom and her babies.
Yeah, which is just mom and kittens.
Connie wants to know, how do you choose the names? Can one of you speak on that?
This species is from South Africa, but some caracals can range into Asia too. So we picked a name, them.
Yeah, because you can find them through the Middle East.
So that's what we just went through, and we were looking at names, and we were looking for something that would be fun, that might fit the personalities of what we knew so far.
I think it does for sure. Handsome and charming companion. Those are perfect fits.
One of them is a little more goofy than the other.
So yesterday they were like wiping their milky faces off on my socks.
Today we're not messy. Today we have clean faces.
Look at that face. Ugh. Sleepy time on Robin's foot.
It's a good place to take a nap.
Oh, he's like
I
going
think
to
this
sleep.
is a milk nap.
It probably is. He got nice and full.
So yeah, and Connie, all of our animal departments kind of choose names differently, and if we have kind of more of a high profile animal, occasionally we'll get the public to give us some input on that too, but it's always a little different.
He like went to sleep.
Yeah, he's zonked. Are you jealous?
Oh. So this one's Samir, and then the one asleep is Zane. They're so cute.
Robin, since you've worked with Caracals in the past, what is your favorite thing about them?
One of my favorite things, we didn't really see it today, and they're starting to do it, but when they're happy and they're walking around, they have this little flip of the tail that they do. So their tails just stand up straight and they flick, and they're starting to do it now, and it is so cute.
We'll have to be on the lookout for that behavior. If you catch it on video for me, send it my way and I'll post it.
I can do that.
So everyone can see it.
That's going to be your homework, Robin.
All right.
Mandy, yes, their mom is at the zoo. She lives behind the scenes. We got her recently from another facility, and we were talking earlier about kind of the story of why they're being hand raised. So make sure you go back and watch that. Let's see. Nikki wants to know, are they nocturnal?
Not really. I mean, I guess it depends on where they live, as to whether or not when they need to choose to hunt or not. These two, I would tell you, are not. I have to wake them up to eat their late night feeding, and then they just want to go right back to bed. So they're still eating pretty well, but they just want to sleep. So
I respect that.
they like to be active early in the morning and later in the afternoon. So, I mean, I guess it's just going to depend on where they live and what they're hunting and what other predators are out there and who they need to avoid.
Yeah. Yeah, so like in Africa they might be more diurnal because a lot of times like lions and hyenas are a little bit more nocturnal. They might try to avoid them. Oh, time to cozy up on Kelsey again.
I'm fine with that. Tammy, we're not sure if you'll be able to see these guys at the zoo. So the veterinary center is currently still closed to the public due to social distancing issues. Like the path isn't wide enough to do a one-way situation. So we are doing a live camera on our website for the next 3 days. So you can watch these guys all day from the comfort of your home if you'd like. And eventually these guys will be featured in our shows and our programs, so you'll be able to see them that way once they're a little older.
Yeah, when they get a little, when they have their shots in the next couple weeks, they'll be able to go out on the path for some of our encounters as well.
Awesome.
So.
And you guys do encounters daily, right?
We do.
What times are they at?
We have a 2 o'clock scheduled one, right? I think our 2 o'clock is the scheduled one up at the farm area.
Yep, that's right.
Other than that, we will be out in the zoo, but we don't have anything scheduled at this time.
Awesome.
But we try to be out every hour. But 2 o'clock's our only scheduled one. Oh, are you guys gonna play now? That'll be cute. Let's play. Let's have playtime so everyone can watch how cute you are.
Angel, yes, we do behind the scenes tours. They're called backstage pass tours. Robin and Johnny's team are the ones that actually facilitate that. But because of the pandemic, we're not able to do them on site right now. So we do have virtual backstage pass tours.
How are we gonna do that again? Go on.
We're probably going to start
like it.
soon offering our tours
On site? That's awesome. Yeah, as soon as we get that information figured out, I'll be sure to post it. Marsha wants to know, are they related to other cats in the wild? And you said that they're most closely related to which animals?
They think they're most closely related to cats like serval cats and golden cats.
Which are both in Africa, right?
Yes. Yeah. I don't know a whole lot about golden cats, but yes. So these guys, they'll be about the size of a serval, and they're tall, lanky, thin cats. But these guys don't have the really long neck like a serval, so their body will be like the same height, but they're short.
A little stockier.
Lower, yeah. They look more. They're more built like a normal cat that you
More
would think
stocky
of.
for sure.
Yeah.
Let's see. Connie, yes, Dr. Heather is still the vet at the zoo, to answer your question. Let's see. Okay, I think I've answered all of the questions that have come in. This guy is really into the camera.
So cute. It's just fun to watch them play.
It is. So be sure to tune in on the camera. On our website for the next 3 days. You guys can watch these guys all day if you want. And I think we can just go ahead and wrap up, Johnny, if that's cool with you guys.
Yeah.
Is there anything else you guys want to share?
Anything you want to share about them, Robin?
I think we shared everything.
Okay, yeah. So they're beautiful cats. Again, for anyone that like didn't catch at the beginning, we have Zane and Samir, and they are our new animal ambassadors. So when they get a little bit older, you'll be able to see them out in the zoo randomly for an encounter. So hopefully you'll get lucky and see them when they're out there. And then when we start doing programs off grounds and doing shows again, they'll be making an appearance there too. So if you guys will get to see them, thank you guys so much for joining us to watch these adorable kittens. They're literally like some of the cutest little baby animals I've ever seen. But we are back open to the public, and are we still doing the time tickets, Kelsey?
We sure are. You guys can find out all the information about how to get tickets, our reopening policies, and all that jazz on our website. And the link is in the description for this video too.
Yes, but thanks so much for joining us today to meet Zane and Samir.
Thanks, guys. And we'll be back tomorrow at 11 on Facebook as well with Lucille the palm cockatoo,
yes,
right?
The black palm cockatoo.
All right. So thanks for tuning in, guys. We'll see you tomorrow. Have a great day.